Hello everybody, it's Murialda here once again, and welcome back to another figure box. Yes, it's not an Ami box, but it is a figure box. And, are you guys getting sick of me yet? Because the past couple of months, I've been buying figures like crazy, and hell, there's even another one that's supposed to be here tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today, but UPS can't be bothered to pick up their own their own packages from their own store. But anyways, you always read these stories about people who start collecting and they decide, I'm going to get everything that I want all at once. So within the first year, they bought like 100 figures, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of figures. And they're, so happy while they're doing it. And then they're like, I've spent all this money. I'm so burned out. I'm selling my whole collection. So I kind of feel like I'm kind of getting into that phase now where you're just buying. Anyways, we can't even tell who it is yet. And no, this is not how she stands. She stands on end, but there's bubble wrap in the way. So let's get that bubble wrap out of the way and see who it is. I'm sure you already know it is a Fluff, an original Fluff, but still. And then she's wrapped in tissue paper as well. Get that ripped open. And there she is. So this, I've gone back and forth on how to say her name because of how it's spelled, and it's a Chinese character, well, at least Chinese figure company. But so the name is spelled S-U space J-I-U, and I always was calling it her Suijui or Sujui or whatever. Finally, I decided I'm going to put this into Google Translate and have it pronounce it. And I guess it's pronounced Suju. So nice and simple, Suju. So this is Suju. She is an original character based off illustrations by Asanagi, who is a popular artist. And there's a little kind of story to it. But anyway, she's the owner of the House of On-Humans, or Yiren Guan, and forgive my pronunciation, please. Anyways, Suju is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Infinity Studio, part of their SSR line. And like I said, I got this from Big in Japan. Suju released in China way back on July 3rd of 2023. But in Japan, not until October 10th of 2023. I ordered her over a year ago on September 13th of 2022, and like I said, I prepaid for this figure. I figured the exchange rates might go more towards favoring the yen, but they haven't really done that, so it is what it is. She shipped out on the 10th of October, and I got her today on Friday the 13th. Yes, October 13th. For Suju, I paid 18,490 yen, or at the time, it was $135.59. I don't know what it would be today. So let's do a normal zoom. She is in a clear box. It's got some frosted paint work on it. Lots of little bamboo designs and little shape designs and stuff. On the back, it's got kind of a hexagonal spider web type pattern. And there's the other side. And then back to the front. Okay, and I do see she does have a little bonus shikishi, which is my first one of those I ever got. There's the top of her box, SSR figures, probably her name, and the bottom. So let's go ahead and cut the seals all open so we can get her out. So this, like I said, I don't know her. She's an original character, and I wasn't sure if I was going to buy her right away, but the more I looked at her, the more I enjoyed the way that she looked, and the rest is history. So we'll go ahead and pull her out. This is a very secure plastic box. Inside, obviously, nothing special. You can see right through it. We'll untape some paperwork from the package. And there is Suju and her blister pack. And I'm just ripping tape off. Now it's stuck to my fingers. So here's instructions. So you put her hair into her head, you put her onto the base, you put the tail into her booty hole, and then you wrap the shawl around her, and there you go, you got display. So let's go ahead, we'll open this up so we can look at the bonus. And there is also a little card, bit like a business card, SSR figure. And looks like maybe a phone number in Kaiten Xiaomi. Don't know exactly what that is. I can't read this language. And I don't feel like doing Google Translate right now. Maybe a serial number or something. I'm sure contact information. So nothing special with that, other than it actually exists. And then we've got the little Shikishi board. So this is the original illustration she is based off of. They have made some changes from the illustration onto the figure, and to me they make, when you think about them, they make sense, but the original illustration, of course, looks better. So, not going to open that up, but you can see she is quite the busty fluff. And look at that strap cap. So, here's Suju in her blister pack. We'll spin her around. There's the side. There's the back. And the other side. And then back to the front. Pretty substantial. It's got quite a bit of weight to it. And it has quite a bit of volume to it as well. And it's wrapped in bubble wrap. And then plastic bag. Taped shut. So there is Suju's fluff. You got lots of little tufts sticking out and everything. There is some shading in there, it looks like. And I'm just looking. I actually don't see any seam lines. I mean, there's might be some like right around there. But good job, SSR figure. There is the peg, and again the tufts have a little curls at the end. So, and as I said, this is quite a weighty piece of fluff. So put this off to the side. Now this can be a little polarizing and worrisome. So this is the shawl, and it's like a fluffy fabric shawl, and it's red. So you can see it's fluffy. So there is concern, since it is red and it's fabric, that this could theoretically dye her skin red. Haven't seen any evidence of it, but it is a possibility. There are suggestions like, you know, soak it in water with a little bit of detergent and just, you know, try to get any excess dye out. So we'll see what happens. I'll put it on for the video, and then we'll see what I do in the future. But that is just something to be a little concerned about in case you do get this figure. You may just want to, like I said, soak that shawl in some warm water with some detergent in there. Okay, so here is Suju herself now. She has quite a bit of plastic on her, so there, well, not quite a bit, but enough. Some around her little tassels. She does have a metal chain around her neck, which goes into a little tiny hole in her boobs, in her cleavage, and then comes out the bottom of the cleavage, and there's a little key at the end. And this is quite tiny and fiddly for my big fat fingers. So that's another thing, since it is a metal chain, real chain. There has been, on other figures in the past, reports of chains like rusting and stuff, so just keep your eye on it. But anyways, I'm assuming the key is because she is the owner of the House of Von Humans. Let's see if I set her down and drop a light down. Will that help? Because she was kind of in the shadow. Live adjustments. Okay. There we go. So she is sticking out her tongue just a little bit. And she does have big, massive boobs. They are, of course, welded. But we do still get the strap gap. One of the changes is they made this arm, you know, a full-length glove instead of just her, you know, palm of her hand. She does have a floral pattern on her dress. And that dress is very tiny. It's not covering much. It is tied together with little ropes and everything. She is wearing some black undies with some, it's a side tie with tassels. And I just noticed today, looking at some pictures, right there we got a little fold in her flesh where her thigh is bending and meeting with her hip area, the V-line. So that's nice. She does hold a paper fan that folds, and it is currently folded. It's got some designs on it and a red tassel at the end. In her other hand, she is holding a pipe. So I guess she likes her tobacco or whatever. She likes to smoke a little bit. Fingers, all from the middle knuckle forward is individual, and then between the main knuckle and the middle one, that is all one piece. Same with this hand, pretty much. But they look pretty good. Sculpted very well. She has one stocking on her left leg, and the other, her right leg is bare. Except for at the very tip of her toe, she has a little, you know, toe stocking, I guess. She has very high heels shoes. They are a silver shoe. And like I said, very high heel. That I highly doubt those would be comfortable to wear. Spin her around to the back. She has well-defined shoulder blades and a spine line. And, yep, she's got a bit of a wedgie with that dress. But very nice booty. It's a big, wide, thick, luscious booty to match her big, wide, thick boobs. And here you can see the chain wrapped around her neck and a collar. Go back to the front. You see a little red tassel holding it shut. She has gray hair and quite squiggly and, you know, messy looking hair. So that's nice. Her eyes are yellow fox eyes. They got kind of slits. She does have a fang. And like I said, she is sticking out her tongue a little bit. Some people will be upset. She has human ears. But she also has her floof ears. So there's little floofs inside of them. And they have them sculpted and painted in such a way that you can see like strands of hair inside the ear cups. Her hair is also tied in buns, tied with ribbons, with tassels. And that's a good part line. And I think I got the lights backwards. Let me set her down and redo some lighting, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. One of my lights, the battery is pretty much dead in it, and I have to have it plugged in. And I thought I had the right one, but I did not. So anyways, there is Suju again. She also has a little red strap connecting this side of her dress to the undercup of this, or underside of this breast. So this strap actually ends at the bottom of her boob. So that's something I never would have noticed before. If we tilt her and we look deep in there, I don't know if we'll get it on camera or not, but I do see, yes, black. I mean, it makes sense since the straps are black, but she is wearing undies, so no crotch shot or anything like that. And the dress is solid. It is not bendable, so you will not get to see her booty crack or the, camel toe or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get her assembled now. I'm just gonna look. I think the first thing I'll do is put her on the base. So let's set her down, tilt the camera. Okay, so we do see there are peg holes way up under her heels and then on her toes. Okay, the legs don't really line up. Well, maybe, but you kind of have to put them into the right position yourself. Come on. Okay, this is a little fiddly. I got the one leg in, but then the other one wasn't right. I tilted the camera too much. I was expecting it to be easy, so let's do it like this now. So maybe you can see what I'm working with. Okay, I think I got the top pegs lined up, and then the bottom ones line up okay. So now, there we go. So yeah, you gotta get the top pegs lined up right, and I did have to squeeze the legs a little bit, but once those were in, the front pegs were pretty easy. So there is Suju on her base. Next, it shows putting her twin tails on. So if we look, this side has the long slit, and this side has the little rectangle. So this one is the long slit. That should be pretty easy. Yep, that one went in pretty easy. And then this one is the one with the little rectangle. Okay, yeah, this one is being a little bit of a pain. Wow. Okay, I'm going to take this one back out so that I don't have to worry about breaking it. Honestly, I'm half thinking I should take her off the base, too. Come on, get in there. Why do you not want to go in? There we go. So what kind of happened was when I was pushing, it kind of rotated. So the front went towards her and the back kind of came out a little bit and then it went in. So that is a little bit of a pain. I don't know if it's going to be like that for everyone, but like I said, I have read that that was an issue for at least one other person. So we'll go ahead and that twin tail goes in nice and easy. Now we'll go focus on her luscious booty and we'll get this tail pegged in. Okay, that goes in pretty easy. Just be careful when you're pushing because the tufts are sharp and you're pushing against them. So there is Suju assembled with her plastic pieces, and then the shawl kind of just, I guess it kind of just wraps around her. I'm looking at the shikishi. So maybe like around her arm and then around her back. And there we go. So it's up to your preference how you want to display her, whether you like the shawl or not. We'll do a spin around of her like this, and then we'll do it without the shawl. And again, just a caution, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it is dyed red. So there may be, if you leave it sit for long enough, red dyeing of the figure. But there may not be. But anyways, there is Suju. Spin her around. There is her massive floofy tail, and it comes out to her left side, or her right side, our left. And it sticks out to the side. Her base is quite reasonably sized. It's actually smaller than her, profile. So her tail and her hair and dress stick out past the base. Usually with figure bases, it's oversized enough so that if you put it in a cylinder, the whole figure would be contained. So some people will like that. Some people will still complain because they love to complain about bases. Pose-wise, relatively simple. She's just standing there, got her knee bent a little bit and everything. But you can't get too super detailed with every single pose. And it is nice because that means she's not going to be a space hog. So there is her face. And it's one of those faces where some people will love it, some people will hate it. Again, that's your decision. I like it. And I normally don't like when figures are sticking their tongues out. But on this figure, it looks okay. It's not like a super, well, it is tiny, but it fits the size of her mouth and everything. And it's not sticking out too far. Actually, from the side, it doesn't look like it's really sticking out at all. It's just like resting against her lip. And then she's got that cute little moe fang. And of course, right now the camera is below her, so she is looking down on you. But if we lift it up a little bit, this is kind of more straight on. I do see a little black speck under her eye. That could just be a speck of dust. So we'll go ahead and do a normal zoom. And we'll work the shawl out from around her. And we'll spin her like this. So yeah, she is cute. She's, a mature lady, quite sexy looking. She's got the big boobs. She's got the, thick booty and thick thighs and everything. But she is not overly chubby or anything. She has a very thin waist. I can see from above the belly line. And then, like I said, that was a little detail I never noticed, was the little flesh fold right around her panty line. So yeah. Original character, again. So don't really know anything about her. Read some descriptions, and that's how I got the whole On-Human, and she's the owner of the House of the On-Humans. And that's about it. Again, there is her bonus Shikishi. So the face is slightly different. And then, again, I mentioned the arm. But overall, it's similar enough. So we'll go ahead and close this off. This is Suju. She is the owner of the House of On-Humans, or Yiren Guan. She is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Infinity Studio, SSR figure. I don't know how that all relates to everything, which one's the company, which one's the line, or whatever. She came out in China on July 3rd of 2023. Came out in Japan on October 10th of 2023. I pre-ordered her at Big in Japan and paid 18,490 yen, or at the time of conversion, it was $135.59. She is a cutie. She is, like I said, a mature, sexy fox. At least I'm assuming fox. She is a floof. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, And I will see you tomorrow for a 1/4 bunny made. See you soon. Bye-bye.